It's scary, but it doesn't have to be. And welcome to this episode of Master Minutes. It certainly has been a minute, but jumping straight into it, 2018 has been a year of significant change for everybody, for organizations, and not just starting new things, but also changing the way that we do things, and also unlearning what we've learned about leadership in the past in order to shape our leadership future. Now, I've spent a couple of months researching and reading up on the trends for 2018, and one that has really stood out and is reoccurring in any article or journal is the fact that leadership, and even though it does every year, but this year more so than ever, is changing, but evolving into disruption. That is the big trend that I've noticed in 2018. Now, if you look at all the different generations that we have, from baby boomers to Generation X to Generation Z, our current reality is that people want to ask questions. The workforce is no longer just a workforce. It lives, it breathes, and it's growing up. And not only in leadership, but look at any other industry out there. If you look at the music industry, K-pop in particular, and I know some of you will laugh with my affiliation and love for K-pop, but I watched a documentary on it, and there is one particular song, it's called Sugar Free, imagine that, and this song goes through 8 genres of music. Within 3 minutes, they go through 8 genres of music. I mean, a couple of years ago, that would never have been considered or thought to be put out there, but these are the chances that the current reality or this generation is going for. And also look at Hollywood. If you look at the actors and actresses that are really coming through and refuse to not be recognized anymore. I mean, Latino actors and actresses, they only made up 3% of all the movies that were released in 2016, and trans actors are also coming to the forefront. Now, it is our job as leaders to recognize this creativity, this surge of creativity that is all around us. And it's time to be brave, and it starts all on the inside. We have to disrupt our role, we have to disrupt our identity, which is our ego, and we have to disrupt our meaning before we can disrupt how we do things as a leader. It's scary, but it doesn't have to be. Now, an example of this is the multinational networking and communication giants, and now let me pronounce this correctly, Huawei. They have recognized the practice of disruption, and what they do is the role of CEO is held by 8 board members. They get rotated within the position so that they can involve a lot more people into the decision-making process. And I think that is absolutely fantastic, because once one of those board members is in that role of CEO, they obviously learn something new, and then they exit from the role and get rotated back into the role. And that interim period is an opportunity for them to observe somebody else doing the role, and also for them to learn and then apply that once they get an opportunity to get back in the role. I don't think that we engage with startups enough. We're so accustomed to the positions of power and the brands that have been around for a while that we sort of neglect the creativity and boldness and freedom that can be found in startups or in their armor. They are revolutionizing business, and they are such a powerhouse. The value of engaging startups and the creativity found within them is sort of lived by Pete Blackshaw, who is the Global Vice President for Digital Innovation and Digital Models at Nestle. Now, also having purpose has become so important this year, and not only for an individual, a leader, or a team, but also for an organization. As in the characteristics that are associated to emotional intelligence, you can also find certain characteristics to building purpose within your organization or building meaning within a team. And it starts with the person that is in the team, and then it looks at the person within the organization, and then the last characteristic is looking at the organization within a society. To disrupt your leadership is a culmination of disrupting your role, your identity, again, which is your ego, and also your meaning. And only when you are willing to take that sort of estimated and researched leap, and you're at a point where you are uncertain of what's going to come next, only then can you be your authentic self, which is so important, and it propels you into a stratosphere of opportunities, that uncertainty, and not only for you, but that braveness, that willingness to leap is it's a great sign for your team members, and you bring them and raise them along with you. Not everybody, I'll leave you with this thought, not everybody can be a great leader, but a great leader can come from anywhere. So until next time, remember to lead with a purpose to charge your potential.